and welcome to my tutorial on calculating Wep Ronpet for your location or your desired location where you'd like it to be. Wep Ronpet is the Kemetic New Year or the Ancient Egyptian New Year, and it is when Sopdet or Sirius rises at dawn after being invisible for 70 days, and the sighting of Sopdet, as later associated with the tears of Aset, is the first day when the ancient inundation was noticed as the Nile started its annual flood. Today, the high dam at Aswan prevents the inundation from flowing north of the First Cataract. Yet Egyptians and Nubians still celebrate a festival called Night of the Drop in honor of this annual miracle of water. This is what I just read here on this page. It is called Ropet.app. I'll also put a link in the description, and it's relevant for us later as well. I'll run you through it a bit more. Though the first thing we're going to do is calculate when this date is actually for you. The elliptical rising of Sirius based on your location. So we're going to go to this handy website here, inthesky.org. I'll also put the link in the description that you can use to easily get here. And you'll see there's a variety of options, but we'll go through all of them, or the ones you need at least, and set the correct things. And first, we're going to look at location. Now, Geelong isn't actually my location. I just set that there as an example earlier, but I will be switching it to a different location instead for this demonstration. So you're going to want to set the location first because it will reset everything else on the left side if you don't do that first. So just hit set location, or change location, sorry. And you can choose a town. And for this, you can set it to your own town, of course. Like you can calculate it to where you are. That would make sense. Though if there is a specific location elsewhere in the world, or perhaps related to a deity that's really important to you, you can also use that location to calculate your Kemetic calendar to honor them in a sense. For me, I am going to be using Zagazig, which is in Egypt and is said to be is the modern day location for the ancient city Bubastis, which was the domain of Bast, who is a deity that I am deeply devoted to. And so I want to set my calendar in accordance to her old town, like the town that was named after her, or, well, they say it could have been either way around, but it's the town that's associated with her. And so I want to honor that. And so I've set it to Zagazig over there, you can see on the right side. Now, we're going to look at these display options. You can deselect Show RAN Deck. You can deselect Show Age of Moon. Keep Show Rising and Setting Times, and keep Show Observability. Now we go to Object Type. We're going to change it to Any. And now you'll see you can type in here for Mars. So we'll change it to Sirius here. Sirius is the object we want. Also Sopdet, but you type Sirius. You can keep everything else the same, really, and you can change the rows to 100 if you'd like. Maybe it will make it easier for you to look at what's going on. And now we just hit update. So we'll hit update there. And we'll wait for it to load a little bit before we get into the next part. There we go. So now we see the ephemeris for Sirius. And as you can see here, as we scroll down, observable, it says not observable. It says Sirius will not be observable. It will reach its highest point in the sky during daytime and will be 4 degrees below the horizon at dusk. So we'll scroll all the way down here. And here we see a change. And this one's in August on the 7th. And Wep Ronpet can vary between July and August, depending on your location. And for this one, we see it takes place on August 7th. And it's the first day that it is observable. Doesn't really matter about the time, just the fact that it doesn't say not observable anymore. And so, therefore, we have calculated that August 7th is Wep Ronpet for Bubastis, or Zagazig. So now we're going to actually move on to our calendar and taking a look at the dates that we've basically got ahead of us now that we've calculated Wep Ronpet. This is Ronpet.app, as I showed before. It is a great ancient Egyptian festival calendar website that I like to use. And it's currently calibrated to my settings because I've made an account on this page. So if I want to log in anywhere else, it will calibrate itself. But if you are using this, you can go to the settings, you can go into calendar calibration, and by default, it will use Kemetic Orthodox calibration, which may or may not be a location that you like. The location they use to calculate their Wep Ronpet may or may not be the one you want to use. And so I just unselected that and imported my own civil calendar start date, which is Thursday, August 7th, 2025. And my time zone is there too. And you can just go back to the calendar. And as we can see here, it is set on the current date because for me, I'm recording this on Sunday, June 8th, 2025, which is 3 Shomu number 6. And if we wanted to go forward to when Ronpets would happen, then we get to the first, which is Wep Ronpet and birthday of Ra Heruraketi. And so, what do you do from here? Well, you can actually see the modern day calendar dates for some festivals that you'd like to celebrate. You can find these dates online or in books, and I can suggest if you're interested, but for now I'll do a demonstration of what I mean. So let's say I want to celebrate a procession of bust in front of Ra on 3 Aket 20. All we have to do is flick over here to 3 Aket, click number 20, and as we can see here, it does list here on the Civil Festival's procession of bust, Lady of Angtawi, in front of Ra. It is on Saturday, October 25th, 2025. And so I can write that down, and now I know when to celebrate it. Another example, I want to celebrate the Feast of Sekhmet and Bast on 4 Aket 16. So we just jump over to the next one. 4 Aket 16. Is that correct? Yes. It is Thursday, November 20th, 2025, and we can see it's a new moon on this day as well. We'll do one more example, just for fun. So let's look at the Great Festival of Bast. It's a 2-day festival that I want to celebrate for Bast, which takes place on 4 Peret 4. So let's flick over here. 4 Peret, number 4. Here we have Great Festival of Bast / Day of Chewing Onions for Bast, which is also the last day of the Feast of Ra and Eye of Ra. Nicely aligned considering Bast is an Eye of Ra as well. And we can see here that it's going to take place next year on Sunday, March 8th, and thus the second day would be on Monday, March 9th, 2026. And I've written that all down in my notebook, according to the festival dates I have chosen for my calendar. And so you can do the same now as well. You can look into when Sirius is rising based on your location or any location you'd like to base it off of. And you can check out this website here that you can calibrate and then see your equivalent dates to therefore put together your Kemetic festival calendar as well. And I hope this helped. I'll put the links in the comments, the description for you to check out, and leave any questions you have in the comments as well. And I can run through those and maybe make more tutorials as well if that will help. Thank you for watching. Please check me out on Twitch as well and TikTok, Crossroads of Tarot. I can do a free tarot reading for you. I currently stream weekly. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon. So thanks for watching and goodbye.